What's poppin', homies? You already know who it is. It's your favorite homegirl, Gossip Girl, and I'm coming in with my last story of the day. I just want to talk to you about an update on this coronavirus, about the doctor who was trying to spread awareness and let people know what was going on. He has died. And here's the article as follows. Chinese doctor who was silenced after warning public about coronavirus dies from the virus. Okay. A Chinese man who was reprimanded by police for warning fellow doctors about the newly discovered coronavirus has died after contracting the mysterious illness. Dr. Li, who was 34 years old, was one of the first people trying to sound the alarm about the pneumonia-like illness in late December. But authorities reportedly accused him of spreading rumors and severely disturbing the social order. It was only 3 weeks later that the Chinese officials acknowledged the threat and confirmed the breakout. Now, before we go any further, I feel as if because he was speaking about it, and he was trying to warn other doctors, and he was being reprimanded and being silenced, I think that someone exposed him to the coronavirus. I'm not sure. I'm just reading more into it because it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I'm not saying he didn't get it, just by just getting it. He works in the hospital. But he was trying to warn people in December, and he got in trouble for it. So now here we are in February. He gets the illness and he dies. It just seems a little weird to me. Well, let's continue. Li was an ophthalmologist in Wuhan. The epicenter of the virus was diagnosed with the virus on January 30th and succumbed to the illness Friday morning local time, hospital officials confirmed. The announcement followed an earlier post claiming he was critical condition, contracting multiple reports from state-run news outlets that he had died Thursday night. The confusion has raised suspicion of an attempt cover-up by the country's ruling Communist Party, which has been accused of prioritizing politics and censorship over protecting public health. The Global Times and the People's Daily newspaper both reported Li's death on social media before taking down their posts, as hospital officials insisted he was still being treated. But doctors and journalists at the scene told the BBC that government officials intervened in the reporting after the initial announcement drew further on Weibo. Now, Weibo is like a social media, it's like Twitter, but it's in China. It's a Chinese social media website similar to Twitter. The hospital eventually confirmed his death, but the government's possible involvement remained unclear. Now, do you think, I want to ask you guys this, do you think that the government has something to do with it? The Chinese government. Do you think they had something to do with this? And if so, why do you think so? Li, who has been described as a whistleblower, shared a message in an online chat group on December 30th, warning other doctors that 7 patients had been quarantined in his hospital with a respiratory disease that resembled SARS, another type of coronavirus that killed hundreds of people in China in the early 2000s. So this thing is not new. 4 days after screenshots of that message went viral on social media, Li was summoned to the Public Security Bureau, where he was told to stop making false comments online, according to the BBC News report. Li continued treating patients after the police encountered and eventually contracted the virus himself. A World Health Organization official reacted to his death during a news conference in Geneva, Switzerland. We are very sad to hear of the loss of Dr. Li, the agency's emergency chief, Dr. Michael Ryans, told reporters. We are very sorry to hear of the loss of any frontline worker whose attempt to care for patients, he added. We should celebrate his life and mourn his death with his colleagues. As of Thursday, the virus has killed more than 560 people and sickened about 28,000 others in China alone. More than 200 cases have been confirmed elsewhere, including a dozen in the U.S. But only 2 people have died outside of the mainland China, one in Hong Kong and one in the Philippines. The outbreak has led Chinese authorities to lock down Wuhan and more than a dozen other countries, closed major tourist sites, and canceled multiple events to contain the spread of the virus. The WHO, World Health Organization, which last weekend declared the outbreak a global health emergency, has urged the international community to raise $675 million to prepare and respond to the crisis in the next few months. One of the largest donations so far has come from Bill and Melinda Gates. The Seattle-based charity announced Wednesday it will provide up to $100 million to improve detection, isolation, and treatment efforts and accelerate the development of vaccines and drugs. Our hope is that these resources will help catalyze a rapid and effective international response. This response should be guided by science, not fear, and it should build on the steps that the World Health Organization has taken to date. So, Bill Gates and his wife has already donated $100 million. Okay, now they have to raise $575 million more to help out with all the stuff they're going to do with this coronavirus, or help treat it, vaccines, and all kinds of stuff. But my thing is this, let's go back to Dr. Li. He was trying to warn people, and he was immediately shut down, without asking why is he talking about the coronavirus. I feel like the government knew something was going on, and he got a hold of it. He knew what was going on, and he wanted to bring awareness. He wanted people to understand what's out there and what is the cause. He works in a hospital. He see what's going on. So I think that there were inside sources that could have had some involvement and made him exposed to the virus, or I'm just thinking here, or because it just seems so crazy. Like, why would you reprimand him? He's the doctor. He's trying to get out what's going on. He's making other doctors aware of what's going on. Now, it has not been reported any of those other doctors have died, just Dr. Li. So you tell me, homies, what do you think is going on? Let me know in the comment section what you think is going on. And I'm closing out for tonight. And once again, please be respectful in my comment section. Don't be nasty and don't be cruel, because your comment will get deleted. Now, you guys have a nice evening, and I will talk to you later.